we shouldn't do that shit. You know, leave this planet be. You know, it's fine just the way it is. Nah, they trying to bring industry to that bitch. They trying to do all this shit. They're trying to terraform it, make it livable for like the actual people. Olimar and his friends come back now. Olimar gets back with his homeboys, comes back to the planet and has to save them because his own friends are trying to call him slave.
That's that story right there, son. 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 This is why you're here, Craig. This is why you're here. That's that story right there, son.
I don't even need that story, Nintendo. You can have that shit. Just fucking
and that is at least 213% better than what Pikmin's story. At least.
Into the Foxhole, Episode 8, Craig Robinson.
And Winnoville.
We hit it to you live today on the 15th of June.
Good. Hold it to us, Craig.
Yes, it's the 15th of June. E3 has officially ended, so we're a little bit late on this one.
Pretty much so. All the excitement, we were reading stuff, podcasting, Let's Plays were being edited. So we didn't really get a chance to do another episode, but here we are.
Yep, so today we're going to be talking about Nintendo's little Nintendo Direct that they showed on Tuesday.
Pretty much day 2.
Day 2, yeah, basically. In lieu of their conference this year, they decided to just do their Nintendo Direct and showcase all the new cool things that you'll be seeing on the E3 show floor. And how did you feel about all this, Edwin?
I mean, I was happy with some of them. But happy is a difficult word to describe it.
Yeah.
I like what was shown, but I feel they played it safe. It's like me liking what was shown is like me liking Gran Turismo 6 appearing or Infamous being on the PlayStation 4. It's one of these likes where it's like you know it's going to be there, but it wasn't like as if big surprise that they're making a Killzone or something.
Right.
That's how I felt about theirs. Like we knew Smash Brothers was going to be shown, and it's not even being shown. Smash Brothers, in terms of what they showed, for me it was more of how it looked like. Yeah. It just looked like exactly how you thought it would look like. So you didn't really run into this, wow, I can't believe it looks like that. You kind of ran into, oh yeah, we knew it was kind of going to look like that.
Cool stuff. Well, one very good thing I found out about Smash Brothers, but we'll get into that once we actually talk about Smash Brothers. Mm-hmm. So first, I wanted to go ahead and start by talking about Super Mario 3D Land.
Yucky.
Yeah, so the new Mario game announced from Nintendo was Super Mario 3D Land, and it's, to me, just basically what you all expect. If you've played the new Super Mario Bros Wii games for the Nintendo Wii U, wow, Nintendo Wii, good job, Craig. If you played those games, it's basically that, but in 3D environments. So, I mean, there's very, very little change happening in this game. A lot of it has to do, well, you have the new power-up now, you have the cat suit, which allows you to run up walls, you get like this little scratch attack kind of deal, little pouncing move. And you get to, like, boasting how, like, you can climb flagpoles was a really big deal to them.
The fuck?
Yeah, you know how in Mario you jump on the flagpole, you slide down, you can, like, literally just, like, cheat your way to the top and automatically get the 1-up if you have the cat suit on. So, with that game, another thing they're trying to do is the way they're using the Wii U gamepad is there are certain objects in the environment that you can kind of like grab and like you can stun enemies with it. For instance, there's in the level that they showed off, they have like these little rotating wheels, I guess. If you touch it on the gamepad, that wheel stops. How it's gonna impact gameplay is still like up in the air, but I guess stunning enemies makes things a little simpler too. But
all this sounds disgusting.
It's very. I don't want to say blah, but it's kind of blah.
Nah, it's blah. No, you use the right term.
Like it's very.
That's how I feel.
It's more of the same. it's not Super Mario Galaxy. It's not Super Mario 64. It's not Sunshine. It's very level progression based, like exactly how I said, like New Super Mario Bros. Wii U and how like the older Super Mario games were for the Super Nintendo and things like that. If you're into that sort of thing, that's what you're gonna get. But I was kind of hoping for a more open world Mario game to be the first that Nintendo punches out this time around, in my opinion.
Pretty much. I didn't like the reveal that it wasn't like a supreme 3D, hey, let's sell this System Mario game, to kind of rest their laurels on, oh, it's this new Super Mario Brothers type of game. They're like, is this really new anymore?
Mario games, it all seems to be the same recycled level concepts, except they'll add a certain power up, which they'll implement in like 2 levels, like strictly, and then the rest of the levels will just be same old. You get into the end, you fight a Bowser minion, and then you'll get to the end and fight Bowser, and that'll be it. It's very, like, to me, like, they're the same games.
Yeah.
And it's just
and
like,
at this point,
literally, like I said, with just a new power up and a level designed around that power up, and then that's it.
At this point, what's so scary about it is at what point does Mario become Madden, Call of Duty, or Assassin's Creed?
Ooh,
because
that's a scary thought.
It's scary, but like that's what's been fucking happening with this series. So Adam, a good friend of ours, I discussed this game with him. We should have had him. He would have been the person that would explain this guy. He plays all the games religiously multiple times. So his opinion about Mario Galaxy, like I was saying to you earlier, is very much my own. The idea that this game doesn't really feel like the previous Mario games, and that it feels closer to a Mario Party game than an actual like Sunshine or Mario 64, felt very like weird. The controls like were very exact. They're very almost robotic, and it's like they continue this with the new Super Mario Brothers, and I don't want them to continue it with the future installments of the series. But it's like they seem to be on this path of making the same game again. And the crazy thing about it is like, yes, you could make a Mario, new Super Mario Brothers with more levels, but is this why they're not really supporting DLC in that respect? Is it because people might question why this isn't downloadable content, it's a full game? So I feel that, I mean, this is a company that, in my opinion anyway, that should be able to reap the rewards of downloadable content, probably the best of any publisher, with the understanding that they don't release sequels within their console generation, with the exception of a couple games last generation with Galaxy. But the idea that they don't do this is weird, because you're now stuck with, okay, we're going to get this Mario game in maybe another. So I'm hoping that this isn't like the It Mario game that they released, that they want to be their mega hitter, and they have like something like a Galaxy 3. Now, I don't hope it's Galaxy 3, just something like a big, you know, like Mega Mario game ready in the threshold. Yeah. I just don't really like them resting their laurels on this type of game.
Yeah, my biggest problem with the Galaxy series, like I say, I hope they do release something kind of like Galaxy. I guess I should say more kind of like Super Mario 64. I don't mean to be like the nostalgia king here and be like, oh man, Super Mario 64 is the best game ever. Yeah. But I mean, when it came to Galaxy, like we were saying before, the game just seems easy. Like in Super Mario 64, I can't tell you that if I played that game today, I would still struggle collecting all 120 stars. Like,
that's a hard game.
It's a very hard game. It's a very difficult game. Not saying you can't beat the game. You can literally pick up all the easier stars, get to Bowser, beat the game. But to complete that game, to get all 120 stars, that took a certain amount of skill. So going in and playing Galaxy, I was kind of excited because it had that same sort of feel. I had to collect all 120 stars. But I did it fairly easily. Like, this is, I mean, I'm not, you can boast, you can say maybe it's because you're older, but I don't think so, because I feel like if I went back and played Super Mario 64 right now, I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff.
Yeah, I personally feel like, if anything, when we got older, some of these games are so difficult that we start questioning how the fuck did we beat some of these games.
Right, when we were kids.
We did that with a couple games.
I actually said that. I've been saying that right now about Donkey Kong Country 2.
Exactly.
I went back and played that game. I'm like, holy shit! I beat this game when I was a kid. What is happening here?
What the fuck was going on? Even with like when I was replaying Sonic 2, I mean, this game was hard as fuck. Yeah, I was like, the fuck was wrong with me? And crazy thing is, like, back in the day, it's not like you had to save When you'd go back
Yeah.
and redo it, like back in the US, I had to beat that whole motherfucking thing. Like 5 guys. It was awesome. You basically had perfect that game.
Right.
But it's like I like that feeling of I mastered something, almost like even like in Devil May Cry, where it's like they force you to master it. But when you do master it, you just feel like a complete badass.
Exactly.
And when you do things, you know you're not doing things the person sitting next to you could do. I like the feeling of you played a game and got so skilled at it that you're doing things in this game that everybody else can't really do to that exact form. So it gives you this satisfaction of I've achieved something. Where the new Super Mario Brothers games in Galaxy seem to give you the instant gratification. Everybody could jump like this. Everybody could do this and the third. There is no difficulty curve.
Everything is like we were talking about before. Everything just seems to be done for you. You make a jump. It seems like no matter what, as long as you like waited until you jumped at the corner, you're gonna freaking make that jump.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no real like challenge. You don't need to like fiddle with the controller at all to like do like a certain move maybe to make that jump. I think a lot of the big reason behind that is because they kind of like stripped down Mario's moveset.
Yeah.
From the other games. Like if you remember Mario 64, he had all these different types of jumps he can do, from his long jump to the side jump. You had the triple jump, you had like the dive, you had all these little itty bitty tools at your disposal. Whereas in like the Galaxy games, it's like really stripped down. And even if that jump is there, half the time you don't really even need to use them. So it's like to me it's just like because of that the game just seems simpler. And to me, watching, like you go on like Twitch, you go on Ustream, wherever you want to go, and watch these streams. You watch these kids stream Super Mario 64 speedruns, man.
Ace it.
That shit is incredible. Watching that shit is freaking amazing. But
I've seen.
To me, if I had watched, I've never seen one, but if I watched a Super Mario, if there is one, a Super Mario Galaxy speedrun, I feel like more than likely I could probably with a little bit of practice can probably mimic it because the games are just so simple. Whereas watching these dudes play Super Mario 64, man, it's just it's mind blowing.
I was watching Adam watch a whole bunch of speedruns, and these people, you might as well compare them to the fucking Olympic athletes.
I'm telling you, man, for real.
Fucking memorize. We're talking hours of really, really complex game shit. So you might have a lot of these playthroughs might be under an hour, but the idea that some of these speedruns are over maybe 3 hours, man, those guys are fucking memorizing a lot of shit in that time period. That is really some really, really bizarre, crazy mental and even physical endurance that one has to go through to essentially master all these button commands. It's really, really crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Speedrunners are masochists, man.
Yeah,
that's why I say they literally
they get high off of losing.
Oh
that
man,
makes
dude,
them hot.
Dude, you see a guy mess up a speedrun, man. And he gets like good 45 minutes into that shit. He fucks up a jump. That's pure rage. That is like the essence. That is the essence of anger right there. Just
and what's so crazy is like they'll mess up and then all of a sudden 2 seconds later, here they are starting it again. You're like, all right.
Yep.
So
reset. Just like, oh fuck. Oh dear.
So it's like the idea that people will play these Mario games like this is essentially a testament to its difficulty. To say, hey, look, I speedrun a game and beat it in this time period is a big token of achievement to say you can do that. But nowadays, with some of the games that are being released, could someone really say that was an achievement that they beat so-and-so game in a amount of time? Considering a lot of the Mario games are
I don't boast that I beat Super Mario Galaxy. That's the damn.
Yeah, so it's like
that's not something I'm gonna tell my friends.
No one's really, because it's like that difficulty has changed like a lot.
That's for a lot of games now.
It is, but it's like I feel Nintendo should be the front runner of we're making our games for our Nintendo fans and making them core difficult.
Right.
Yeah, you could make the new Super Mario Brothers game for the new crowd to kind of get them in. It's for the new Super Mario Brothers fans, new crowd can get them in. But I feel that old Galaxy should be that it game for them to say, all right, old fans, this is yours. Stay with us. And any of the new fans, it's not like this is hurting a single new fan. Like, hey, you could get with it too and understand the control scheme and play it versus, oh no, everybody needs to stoop down to your fucking level. We need to make the game dumber because you don't know what's going on. I feel they don't give enough gamers fucking credit. Like, damn, there are some people. Demon Souls. I don't like Demon Souls. Demon Souls is a great game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't play that game for shit.
Yeah, me neither.
I gave up this game to one of my good friends, Kepler, because I can't fucking play this game. It's hard. I spent 12 hours during this weekend one time playing that game. 12 hours. I have like 16, 17 hours in that game.
Mm-hmm.
12 hours was devoted to a single day of trying to fucking get past like these handful of parts.
Jesus.
It's a hard game.
Yeah.
But it's not, but this game didn't just get record, nobody gets it. This game sold really well for a new IP.
For sure.
And Sony must be like beating
if there's any franchise that's a testament that you can still make hard
Nope,
games.
that's the game. I mean, Sony must be beating the shit out of themselves that they fucking sold that publishing rights.
Right.
I mean, they have the IP and everything, but you can't do shit with it. So it's like the idea that this series is taken off like it has is trying to show you people give a fuck about this shit. Go online and look at the people who are playing this game.
Like
there are people
games,
who
man.
beat this shit. If you look at the leaderboards who are number one, people got hundreds of hours in this fucking game. Some people have thousands of hours in this game. I'm like, oh my god. So yes, it's not just okay, it's some game. No, this game sold really well, and Dark Souls sold well too. So it's going to show you people give a fuck about these type of games. As much as people think that okay, it's all about the Call of Duties and all the like newer shooters. There is that niche. There's that niche crowd that still likes good old fashioned hard ass game. So I feel that if you create it to both of them, hey, look, put a mode in Demon Souls or Dark Souls called Noob Mode or something. Call it an embarrassing mode, just to make fun of them, just to say, yeah,
pussy ass,
bitch ass mode, stank, slut, whore ass, cum dripping, stank, bitch, whore, prostitute, STD filled.
But they should do that like as soon as you as soon as you put a game through with that mode, it should like immediately post into like every social network
pretty much
that is linked to your whatever account,
pretty much,
so everyone knows that's the mode that you
what
like,
I feel.
your bitch ass,
yo bitch ass, stank whore about it ass. That's what needs to be done, and I like it because it kind of like shows that okay, if I was one of these
achievement unlocked, this bitch,
one of these bitch ass, mark ass, slut motherfuckers, if I was one of these guys, alright, I would be able to play the game. And I would be able to see it and say, wow, can't wait to unlock Noob Mode in Dark Souls, so I care to play it now. But I want that to be in the Mario Brothers game. Look, if you guys feel the difficulty curve was really hard, make a mode that anybody could beat. A kid could beat. But don't sit there and nerf it for the fucking people who care about this series. I don't like the idea of them, even with this excuse with Smash Bros Brawl, okay, make it a little bit slower, add some tripping in there.
To me,
and like, come the fuck on. It makes me so pissed off.
With a fighting game like that, though, did you really like have it in the audience where like everyone was saying, "Oh man, this game is too hard"?
Exactly.
And you guys like, "Oh, why is it too hard? Because it's fast."
Exactly.
Really? Why can't that guy fall every once in a while so I can get Seriously?
That was so I was like, oh, I see. Ichi was there writing down notes. Ichi was there writing down notes. Racist. Ichi was there writing down notes, and he saw the kid say, "This is too hard. Why can't he trip every once in a while?" And Ichi's like, "Oh, good. I'm writing this down. Smash Brothers Brawl, dripping like fuck. This son of a bitch is him." I feel the problem I have as we joke about this. But fucking shit, man. Somebody said something. Someone at Nintendo was like, "This game's too hard. People can't play it." Man, no, and it makes me mad because it's like, this game was one of the best-selling games for the GameCube.
For sure.
So you have one of the world's best-selling games for this platform. This game did like 8 million plus units, not a little bit more than that. Mind you, most like IPs around that time period between either first parties didn't really do that unless you were like a Gran Turismo or some shit or a Halo. Your game wasn't doing that. Smash Brothers did that. And the strange thing about this is Smash Brothers did it a kind of a vaguely new IP. 2099, the original Smash game on 64. So you have a fighting game that's essentially a new IP to many people, selling like this a large amount of units. I mean, that's saying shit. You guys hit the ballpark. You did something right.
We were waiting at the one GameStop where Adam and Jason.
I remember.
Yeah, he bought it. Adam and Jason bought it there, but I had reserved mine at a different GameStop. And I went to that GameStop. And that place was just as busy.
I remember that one.
Yeah, man, that game sold out like everywhere.
It was, and the thing that's crazy is the game selling really, really well. It's like it didn't really mean anything to Nintendo. It's like almost like they feel like they were proven justified. When in reality, I feel they would have got those sales if they had kept all those really great things inside of the game. So the idea of them taking stuff out of Brawl to make it easier and simpler, taking stuff out of Melee to make it easier and simpler, goes down to what we see happening now with Mario. Okay, let's take some things up to make it easier and simpler. But realistically, like, who do you think you're helping when you do this? Like, you're hurting a lot of the core fans, when in reality, you're not giving them a chance. Give them a fucking chance to say, yeah, people will play a game that hardcore. Stop being scared to really make a game that has really, really, really deep skill to enjoy it, versus trying to sit there and cater to the everybody. Nintendo didn't get its fame by catering to the everybody.
True.
Games like Mario 2, games like Smash Brothers, games like any of the N64 Marios, Mario 64 and Sunshine, what's it called? The racing game. Mario Kart N64.
Yeah.
These are all blistering difficult games. But they're fun. You and I could play Mario Kart and not be those really, really hardcore kids. Yet there are those hardcore kids that are Z-drifting all over the place and giving a fuck. Z-drift. And they're giving a fuck. They're playing it and they're really going balls deep and they're doing tournaments. They're caring about this game. We played it and we didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
In fact, we're kind of playing it like, what? You guys are doing all this stuff there? We didn't know this community existed.
Like, there's you start playing it, like, you ask yourself, like, there's a fucking meta to this game? Like,
yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, and it's crazy because it's like this whole counterculture that essentially plays it hardcore. And it's like, why don't you just cater to some...
The whole Melee counterculture was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was really weird. Me and Craig got a taste of some of that because of, our good Smash Brothers playing friends. Like, they played it so well that, a good friend of mine, me and Craig's, might as well say he was one of the best of Florida, if not the best in the United States.
A lot of people consider him the best in Florida.
I would, because of whoever was the best in Florida, I don't want to name any names, he didn't want to play Jason.
Yeah.
And because he didn't want to play our good friend Jason, it leads a lot of us to feel that he probably was the best. He probably was the best Falco at that time. I feel Jason at his absolute best could probably beat any Falco. He was that fucking good. Yeah. So it's like I like the understanding that there is this whole culture of really, really good players, and that divide is so great because it makes winning a big deal. And if you remember when we were at Badlands when that happened, it made winning a huge deal. I've
never been so hype about it.
I've never been before. That might have been like one of the... We want to tell that story? Because that is a story to be told on air.
Tell that story.
That is okay, so a good friend of ours, Jason, goes to a tournament, and it was in Pembroke Pines. This is a classic shit right here. So this was very, very, very... This is years ago. So Jason's going there. It's me, his little brother, it's Craig, and his twin brother, Adam. So we're all going over there. We're all really hyped. We're all really psyched to watch him go to this tournament. So we all enter the tournament. Everyone's just having a good time.
Some of us do a little worse.
Some of us do a little worse. I'm glad to know that I only lost against... I think Adam took me out. But it felt good to know that one of our own took us out.
I lost against this one kid who I really felt like I should have beat. I should have beat that fucker, but it's whatever.
But we all go in there. We all end up getting taken out. So the kid who essentially wins all these tournaments at this actual GameStop, this game area. It's I think it was called Badlands.
Yeah, pretty sure
it was Badlands. So he ends up winning this. He wins this tournament like literally every week. He's so good.
Yeah.
And everybody talks about how his peach is just like one of the best peaches in the world. So they always talk about how great his peach is and how good he is. Now in Melee, Peach is Falco's counter. So that's a really, really, bad matchup for Falco. So Jason's going against somebody that's clearly bad against him, and I think he almost 3-stocked him.
Yeah.
To my understanding, I think he almost 3-stocked. He might have 3-stocked Jason.
I remember Jason had come up in the losers bracket, right?
Yes.
He was coming up through the losers bracket, and he had to beat him 4 times, and the other guy only had to beat him twice.
Yes, it was something really crazy, but. Jason's first time fighting him, the kid ended up 3-stocking him, and 3-stocking in Smash Bros. Essentially means
it's embarrassing.
It's almost equivalent to perfecting on Street Fighter. Though perfecting on Street Fighter is much more difficult. On Smash Bros., you're essentially saying you didn't get a kill in.
Yeah.
So
you start with 3 lives. The other guy killed you 3 times without him dying once.
Yes. So he essentially 3-stocks Jason, and Jason goes to losers bracket. So we are all kind of discussing that, okay, now this is going to losers bracket. Everybody just believes this kid's going to win. So we were discussing saying, okay, both of you and Adam are very likely to make it to the ending again and then have to face and then see who faces this kid.
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, hey, maybe you should let Adam face him. because Adam was playing Captain Falcon. His Captain Falcon was beast. So we were kind of like,
Falcon was pretty nasty.
So we were kind of, this man was like fucking like jumping off the edge and doing like 4 knees and shit. Doing like the wildest shit.
That back when electric knee was something.
Yeah.
Electric knee.
Yeah, that's what we gave him. But we were like contemplating saying, hey, look, make Adam go in. Like, fuck it. Like, you tried to E3 stock, you let Adam go in.
Yeah.
So Jason was like, and I'll forget the shit. He's like, no, I feel like I could beat him. I feel like I could beat this guy. And then this became words of legend to us. So finally.
Like I say this before I go to bed every night.
I can beat this guy. So we, we don't go through with the whole plan for anyone to take a dive. Jason goes, and beats his brother. And after he beats him.
Pretty typical back then.
Which is typical, because majority of the time Jason would end up winning, even though the battles would get pretty epic.
Except in Brawl.
Pretty much.
That's another story.
That's a horrible, nasty game. I hate that game to be injected in this story. That's so
I'm sorry.
but so here's the showdown. I think his name was Elliot. Not even say his name on air, but it was Elliot. So Jason's now going against this kid Elliot. He was a good kid. So he goes against this kid called Elliot. And this was like your classic, like fucking like Rocky IV shit.
Hell yeah, it was.
All right, so he goes against them, and
Drifter coming in out of town, no one knows what he is.
Yes, he's like coming in like a poncho on, like bandana shit. but so they start to face, tumbleweed starts moving by. So after they start facing, maybe after like a couple stop, like I remember I was telling Jason that he needs to go, like he needs to do his highest I call it running gun. But like he has the jump.
The short hop.
Yes, the short hop and laser. So short hop and laser is this move that you could do in Smash Brothers with Falco, where he just jumps a little bit and throws a laser, almost how you would do I don't know what they call it in Street Fighter now, but in Street Fighter before they would call it something when somebody was rolling and there was a move ready for them when they got up. I forget.
But basically, it was like he short hops, he shoots.
You couldn't really get out of the angle of it because of how it was shot. You couldn't duck it, but if you jumped, you were very likely to hit it. So it was like a really odd angle on how he was shooting it.
And because of the way he jumps too, it's like there's like very little. There was very little delay, so he can basically do whatever he wanted afterwards too. So he had the typical delay that Falco has when he shoots his gun.
Much. So he was just like, jump canceling and all that shit.
Yeah,
so,
all types of craziness.
So as he's
upper echelon shit.
As he's jumping, because Peach has the jumpy, floaty move, she was essentially avoiding all these lasers. So one of the things we remember telling the Jason was like, jump a little bit higher. You can't have your regular short hop. Your short hop needs to be higher. So after that round, Jason began jumping a little bit higher, and then he started doing a bit better. So he ends up, winning a couple here, winning a couple there. It comes down, classic, like it always does, to the very last guys between both of them. Mm-hmm. Now it's like both down one stock. Not only are they both down one stock, but this is both a match that they both have to win.
Yes.
One guy loses or another guy wins. So both of them get down to this, and they're jumping off the left-hand side of I believe it was Final Destination. Yeah. So Jason's just running, and he's running, gunning, and then Elliot kind of jumps off to the side, and then Jason jumps, and he jump kicks Elliot to the side. As he jump kicks Elliot to the side, Jason uses his second jump. In Smash Brothers, this is essentially suicide. In Smash Brothers, this is dead giveaway. He getting it.
Yeah.
In Smash Brothers, this is pretty much, there is no going back.
Yeah. If
you did your job.
He took his second jump so far off the edge that
you pretty much are making or breaking.
He is dying first, or Jason's done.
Pretty much. So, because Peach was coming back so many times, and she has that floating move where the likeliness is she could float longer to the point where you'll die before she dies, and he would have won. So, Jason jumps, he does his kick, and the kick hits Peach. But we're kind of not sure of okay, is she gone? Is she gonna float back? And everybody had this sigh of fucking great. Yeah. All of a sudden, you see the blast come from the other side. This place fucking erupted. Me and Craig have never been to any place where we've ever seen something this epic ever happen. Where everybody was like, oh yeah! And the Elliot kid took his fist and was like, damn it! And slams it against the table. And we're all like cheering with Jason. This was something right out of a fucking Disney movie, son. This was something, it was so incredible that it's like you sit back and you now understand why in those sports movies sometimes they give a fuck. Because sometimes it really is that passionate. When you understand it yourself and it's in the context of a game you know, you now get why they give a fuck. You now get why it's exciting. Because now you understand what it is that they're talking about, how significant it is that this kick was made, and how big it was that this person made it here. They didn't need to give you the backstory of what happened because you already know this kid wins every time he comes here. They didn't even need to go that far because he won the first time vote decisively. So even if you didn't know that this kid came here that many times, all you know is that he beat Jason before. But Jason came back after getting 3-stock and beat this dude. It was the craziest thing. So that's one of those like crazy feelings and crazy things that it's like no other game could have ever gave us something like that. Brawl, you're not getting that on Brawl. Simply because it's like you know who's going to win the game.
Well, the game is. I'm not going to say that Melee itself wasn't broken its own right, but Brawl is worse. Brawl is much more broken.
Brawl is exact. When it comes to its tier list, that tier list is fucking exact.
Yeah, it's not moving.
When they say, I like that there's like people like U2 King and all these other players that could play like the shittiest characters but are really good.
Well,
So it's like it's kind of interesting to see those players play and see them do stuff because you now understand they're playing with bad characters. The odds are just stacked against them. Yeah, so it's like it sucks to see on Brawl that even if you're a crappy character, it really doesn't matter. You're not going to beat some of these characters. Some of these characters are so broken, like okay, Ice Climbers. You can't get out of their lock. Once they put you in that lock, you might as well just turn the damn game off. Shit, you have to pull the control out the other guy's port. Only way you win it.
Basically, the moral of the story is esports, bitches.
Esports.
Niggas, sports.
Where were you, Akash? Huh? Where were you? But that just sums up how we kind of feel about the whole skill-based understanding. That's awesome and that's fascinating to see, and I feel sorry that that's not happening.
Yeah, I feel that in itself describes our disappointment for Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Yeah.
How disappointing of a game that was to us because we weren't going to get those moments like we saw in Melee.
Pretty much.
But with that, I guess we can. It's a pretty decent segue enough to go ahead and talk about Super Smash Bros. 4th title in its series.
Super Smash Bros.
And kind of weird because it seems like they're literally just calling it Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
I don't even know what's up with that. You know what I think?
A lot of people even like rumors like Super Smash Bros. Universe, which as a name is fine. That is complete. I mean, it's not the greatest name in the world
because it still starts with U.
Yeah, which would be at least a little bit better. But like saying like Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, that's pretty freaking lame. I'd rather you just call it Super Smash Brothers again and then have us insert that for Wii U.
Pretty much.
Like it's just it's stupid.
I don't really know what's up with them with the naming thing. I don't know if it's working title. They didn't say working title.
They didn't say working title. For all intents and purposes, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, God. I don't really like that that's what they're doing. I would have chose like anything, but that name, you know what it is? It's because Battle Royale was already used for that PlayStation All-Stars game. So they're kind of like, fuck, we're going to use that.
What was it we joked about back then? Super Smash was like Annihilation.
Super
Smash Brothers like Rumble.
We kept using all those like super like...
Yeah, like names that like kind of like synonym for like Melee and Brawl.
Yes. Super Smash Brothers Combat.
Yeah.
No, combat spelled with a K.
Yeah, of course. Right?
No, combat's gonna be spelled with a Q.
Combat. But yeah, so if you haven't seen already, trailer's out. You can find it pretty much everywhere. It's pretty freaking big.
Yeah, we'll put it on the link down there.
You can see it in the link, but basically, they didn't really say much other than they're gonna have one for the Wii U, one for the 3DS, and they introduced. In the original trailer, they only introduced the 2 new characters, which was the Animal Crossing villager, which I'm sure you're super excited for.
Yeah.
And, of course, what everyone's excited for.
Man.
Mega Man.
Okay, you lied to me.
I'm actually really happy to see Mega Man in his original form, especially since Capcom's been shitting on him so, like...
Very much so.
So
they don't
profusely.
They've been on that ass. Bro, they're in for the kill Mega Man. They're looking to fucking kill that little motherfucker, bro.
To me, it was insult to injury when they released Super Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and they had you saw the Mega Man that they put in that game. Have you seen the Mega Man in that game?
What's it look like?
It's literally this really fat dude, and it's based off.
Oh yeah, it's like when he's
off
like
the Mega Man on the original.
Yeah, is it off the copy of the
cover of the box art of the original Mega Man? Yeah.
I remember that. That was stupid.
It was stupid.
When I seen that, I was like,
that was basically
that's
like
kind of stupid. Like I remember seeing that. And I thought that was
like I almost found it like offensive. You know, like especially all like around that same time as when they were canceling all the Mega Man games. They were canceling.
That's true. That's around the time Kenji.
I was around, yeah, where Kenji and Fune left and all that
nonsense
was happening.
They were just shitting on this man, yeah.
It seemed almost offensive that they did that.
Because it feels like this man was the only thing that was keeping this IP alive. I swear to you, I feel
company
that's what it was.
That company back in like in its roots.
Yes, because it's like once he left, so did those games.
Yeah, but back to Smash Brothers, basically. They released those, like I said, I'm very happy to see Mega Man in his original form. You have a lot of his moves harking back to like the older Mega Man games, how he has like the certain power-ups and like the leaf shield he can use and things like that. I felt like it was really back to what Mega Man was, you know. A lot of his moves have to deal with, you know, his franchise. It's a nice throwback to his franchise. Another cool thing about Mega Man, what I heard at a press conference, his A, you know how most people, if you don't know, if you haven't played the Super Smash Bros. Before, most people's A has to do like some sort of melee attack, a punch, a kick, or some kind. Mega Man's regular A is his blaster. So it's very like it seems though
it's what I kind of expected.
To me, I would have expected it just to be like how everyone else, like they have like their shooting button just be like their B move. They're just like standalone B move that you can shoot it. But it's very weird because it's gonna be the first Mega Man character, the first Super Smash Bros. Characters who have their regular A, the regular normal move, be a projectile. Well, so it's kind of like it seems to me like I hope this is like hopefully like I see like this is Namco's decision, whereas if it was Sakurai, it would have been like very classic to how like everyone else plays. To me, I almost kind of see this as like a Namco kind of influence and like how they do fighting games, like just kind of like switching up a little, making people play a little bit differently. And I hope that's kind of like a running thing. Maybe I'm hoping for too much.
That's one thing that I do hope is that Namco's influence on movesets in terms of the Tekken series is something that's on there at that game.
Yeah, I hope I might be looking way too much into this, but hearing just that, to me, it seems like Namco's like actually trying to make this kind of like feel a little bit different, like maybe not have every character play exactly the same.
I think I like Namco working on it. I think Namco's
I think they kind of needed it, especially after Brawl. Like,
yeah,
it's just like someone else's.
I like the idea that the Tekken team is making this game.
Yeah.
Simply because it's like them making this game is something that Sakurai's team. I mean, I don't feel they need it as much as Nintendo may not be as confident in them to make a fighting game. Where it's like to have another team be like outsourced to make a project that you're working on is kind of weird, considering like you're their developer. They should trust you first off and foremost, as opposed to just outsourcing it to a different team. But
no, I'm actually very happy that Namco's actually.
I like that. I trust Namco to work on a Smash Brothers game more than I trust Nintendo at this point.
I love Sakurai. Sakurai's got great ideas. He's very vivid imagination. But when it comes to implementing it into a fighting game,
he took this anyway, bro.
It's very kind of like it's just blah. Like a lot of stuff, like okay, yeah, I can see like Pit, new character in Brawl. Yeah, I can see Pit kind of doing all that stuff. But it's like, what is he doing that like no one else can do? He can fly, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I know they changed. I don't know the things that they changed around with Brawls. That's a topic for another day.
Very true.
But one thing they did confirm: Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U will have no tripping. It is a mechanic that they have completely removed. It is completely gone.
I hope there was like this whole like group of people that are fighting for it. They're like, damn it, I need tripping. How else am I gonna go, bro? We need to have tripping. How else are we?
Once that game comes out, I want to like freaking like have like a stream of us playing that shit.
They should.
Because
that is
like there is. I love Super Smash Bros.
Also, I want them to confirm the frame rate. Considering that I heard that the Mario Kart was like running at a really low frame, and people were like they just took them out of it. And from what I'm hearing from Nintendo is that a lot of the Nintendo developers that were there listening to a lot of people's like criticism about Mario Kart were like literally nice enough to kind of let them know, hey, look, we're gonna work on something to make sure it could run at a good frame. But that's awesome because I want the next Mario Kart will be running 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Because I personally believe with the hardware they give, like, look, your hardware, you guys essentially skipped an entire generation.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can't release this game without having it run 1080p 60 frames. Because I feel
you're still gonna be behind.
You cannot release this without that, simply because how did you get updated hardware to what current generation is? I mean, slightly, but you're still essentially making the same looking game. How could you not do that?
No, for sure.
So I feel that it's going to run 1080p, and I feel Smash Brothers I want Smash Brothers to run 60 frames. Because I want 60 frames 1080 for that game. It's like you release this HD system, give us that 1080 signal, especially for a fighting game like Smash Bros. That's going to be that's going to be a great selling point.
Fighting games need 60 frames a second, especially online.
Sure.
But with that, yeah, I mean, besides all that we just said, later on in the week, they did announce a third new character that was joining Smash Brothers, which is kind of weird, but it's there, so let's not fight it. Is the Wii Fit trainer?
I should kill you right now, Craig.
I mean,
I thought that was that later on. I thought that was the exact same day.
I think it was the same day. It just wasn't a Nintendo Direct thing.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
later on in the day.
They released it like afterwards.
Yeah, once the website went live, they announced the Wii Fit trainer. That was like the whole thing.
I like that I'm hoping that the only reason Wii Fit trainer is in there is because they have a really good catalog of other fighters.
Yeah, to me,
I think that's the only thing that explains.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of odd, but like it's there. So like I said, just kind of deal with it.
And
there was one character that like someone said, someone's expecting Simon Belmont. There's like all these speculations because I'm pretty sure Nintendo owns the rights. It was one of those. I'd have to go back and look. I'll probably write in a comment or something in this video once I actually find out. But like, there's like a lot of very good speculations on certain characters because of like just seeing all these IPs that Nintendo's acquired.
We want Heihachi in there. That's what I want. Either put Kazuma, Lee, or Heihachi in the game, or Jin. Because we need one of the.
I wouldn't be surprised like if maybe even like 2 Tekken characters makes it. Like one.
I think as of right now, I think it would make great sense too. I think that Namco's influence should at least be like a legacy in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel because of Tekken, the likeliness is it's going to be one of the Machinima family members. So it's either going to be Jin or Kazuma or Heihachi or his dad or something. It's going to be one of those guys. But I'm questionable about the whole name thing because I feel that maybe this is just like a working title or something. Hopefully they come out with a different name that kind of showcases it more. Another weird thing to note is that Smash Brothers, that's coming out for the 3DS, has no connectivity to the Wii U.
Yes,
which that was kind
completely forgot about that.
That was really crazy. So when I read that, I was
kind of
so
the big
shocked.
thing though. When they first announced that game, they were saying how like you're gonna be able to like mess around with connectivity between the games, and now they're saying that no, it's not happening anymore.
Because I don't even know if they said that as much as we kind of like thought.
No, I remember.
Because I felt that like that was something.
I remember them saying something about that. I distinctly remember them saying that.
We'll look that shit up. We look it up. We'll link it to you guys.
I feel as though like they did say something about that.
Because I want to know if they're like taking it back or if this is something that maybe they never planned, but a lot of people thought. Mm-hmm. Because I look at it as like a Four Swords thing. Like you're releasing the GameCube version and a handheld version, then there's going to be some sort of connectivity with some sort of link in or some shit.
Yeah,
so I didn't know
they're saying a lot of it has to do with just like there's going to be like levels exclusive for each particular console. So having both of them in there is just like
damn it.
Yeah, like if you watch the trailer, the whole there's a Wind Waker level in the 3DS version where you're fighting on a train. I'm not a Wind Waker, a freaking Spirit Tracks level where you're fighting on a train. I was going to say that had to do with that. Yeah. You're basically fighting on a train, and that level's not going to be in the Wii U.
All right, look at this. Craig, we all know that you and I are going to get a 3DS, okay?
Yes.
I already own Animal Crossing for the 3DS, so this is like, that sale is already gone.
I don't even have a 3DS yet.
So that ship was already sailed. I'm not fucking buying Smash Bros. For the 3DS.
No.
I don't give a hell. I don't give a damn. I'm not buying that game for the 3DS. I don't hate the game. I don't hate the 3DS control. I really don't hate it. But bullshit. I'm not fucking playing a fighting game on there. Not like Smash Brothers. You could play, and this is what's so wild about this, is you could play Tekken on the PSP simply because Tekken relies 100% on those face buttons. That's how you play Tekken. It's in combination with the faceplate. So when you play Tekken on the PSP, I'm dead ass. It's exactly like playing Tekken on the PlayStation 2. It's literally like a no-brainer. You literally play it without even thinking. It feels and plays exactly like it, down to a T.
Right.
This game, fuck no. Why? Because Smash Brothers relies on those triggers, the feel of the weight of the triggers going down, the joystick. The joystick is incredibly important in this game.
Movement is like...
It's like parrying.
90% of the
game. Thank you. It's just like parrying in fucking Street Fighter 3. We hated that shit, but damn, that's part of the game, right? So it's like when you have something like that, and you're like, oh yeah, here's this little joystick here. Bullshit! I'm not fucking playing with that shit. Mm-hmm. That alone makes me not want to play the game. That's crazy to think that you don't want to play a great game that's done so like 8 million each unit, each series have done a big ass number. And here it's releasing for a system you already plan to own, and you don't even want it. How many fucking games can they say that I want to play Peace Walker? How many game IPs can you really think of to where you're just gonna say, fuck no, I'm not playing out of hand. This is how important the feel is to Smash Bros. It's not just about what they're doing, it's how it feels. I need to feel like I'm kicking ass. That game is so ultra responsive that I can't be like, the joystick's lit. I can't, because you'll never forget it. You'll never live it up. That's the way that game is.
Joystick slips, you lose games.
Exactly, and you're just thinking in your mind like, oh god, if it wasn't for the so I'm never gonna buy it. I mean, I like that they're making one at least. I mean, at least going out there and saying, hey, let's broaden that market and make one. But I don't like the idea of, make some exclusive stuff here and there. I'm actually hoping that the exclusive stuff they do make later down the line, hey, turn it into DLC and start getting some money from that. Because Smash Brothers is a game that I'll fucking own in terms of DLC. Especially if they don't plan to make another Smash Brothers. They'll get money from that DLC, bro. Right? You feel me? So even though we don't like when some companies kind of like really, really milk DLC hardcore, this is a game that deserves to be milked hardcore in DLC. Period. They need levels, characters, that type of shit. People are gonna buy in droves. 8 million are waiting for that shit.
Because especially with the Smash Brothers, you're gonna get one a console generation. That's it.
Pretty much.
This is your only Smash Brothers game.
Yeah, you better be good.
Exactly. You better be good, and try to put some content out for it. Literally, the game relies on its community to keep it alive.
Absolutely.
I would have not looked at Brawl ever again if Adam wasn't playing it.
That's very true.
I would have never looked at Brawl.
That's very true. If Adam or Brett, the little brother, Brett plays it so much more.
Oh yeah, Brett now,
Had neither of them been playing it, that game would not even been on my radar. I would have simply forgot that game.
I literally forget. I used to forget about it until I went over their house. I'm like, oh, you're playing Brawl.
I'm like, oh yeah, they released another one of those. So that's how you feel. So it's like I
don't play that game here.
Yeah, I don't. It's one of these games where it's like, had it been like Melee, I would have essentially bought a Wii because of it. Mm-hmm. But it's like, with that extra money, clearly just went towards more PlayStation 3 games around that launch. Right. So it's like, I feel like they can get me back. If they could make a game that feels like Melee, or just feels responsive, 60 frames, feels responsive, really fast, and you get that Tekken type of gameplay.
If I don't have a Wii U by the Smash Bros. Launch, I'm taking that day off anyway and just going over Adam and Jason's house and playing that shit all night anyway.
Pretty much. Because I feel like it's strange too, because Smash Brothers is not like, it's a good game, but it's at this point where it's right now, it's like a Call of Duty in my mind. In the respect that I'm no longer going to play it, where it's like, okay, it comes out, I'm just going to pick it up. Now it's to the point where it's like, yeah, it comes out, let's watch it, let's make sure. You got all these like people over here, you got like psychologists, you got all these sports practitioners looking at, poking and like scratching their beards, like, okay, see that move right there? You saw he moved like that? They're all analyzing the shit out of this to make sure it's correct. That's what it feels like happens now, because you have to now guarantee that purchase of this council of people, the council of fighting game like fanatics and fucking judges all looking at it, twiddling their beards to make sure it plays right.
I'm just saying, give it that month, and then it's gonna be. We're gonna find that one bro character we're gonna want to play it.
Yes, and I don't like it.
The fact that you had Meta Knight, had Snake, and you weren't beating them.
Very much.
That's just how it was.
Yes,
Meta Knight's good against everybody. Snake is good against everybody except Meta Knight.
So it got to a point where it's like, you know what? I'm only gonna play the game when I find out who the most broken character is. Then I give a fuck. Everybody, if they tell us to release that update, I'm not surprised. So I mean,
release. It's okay to release balance patches.
Thank you.
This is a good thing. Balance patches are okay.
I'm mad because I'm like, this is what you fucking are online for, you son of a bitch. How are you a company of this magnitude, you let a game that sold 8 million units go on its entire existence without a fucking patch? They patched the system before they patched the game. What were they doing? They were just... No, there was just no type of support for a fucking game after Nintendo's done with it.
They threw out Brawl and then they just turned their
Pretty much, as soon as Brawl was released, there's a big party. Everybody's giving a fuck. All taking little press releases and all stunting and making it rain over all the executives in Japan. As soon as that party ended, those boys went home for the next, 8 years. That's what happened. They're like, something's broken with the game, won't turn on. Like, see y'all in 8 years, bro. It's not my problem. That's what it feels like. You guys can't contract the developer out and just be like, okay, we're going to contract you guys to make this for the next couple of years. But as soon as that game's done, just be like, peace, y'all contract out. No. Fuck no. You need to support your goddamn game because this is not fair anymore. This is not taking... Nintendo could get away with that. Even this generation, truthfully, I felt Nintendo should have never got away with that shit because there was too many games releasing with patches, updates, DLC. That they could. Why are you getting away with this? Mm-hmm. You should have never jumped into the network 4-way if you weren't going to jump into the support that came along with it. Mm-hmm. Versus here's the network lagging. It's not even lag. It's a delay. There is a networking issue with this game. To say lag is to imply it can be fixed or someone's network's mixed up. No, this is a supreme networking, coding, programming problem. It cannot be fixed. You jump. 2 seconds later, your character jumps when you fucking knew about this shit. So I don't like that they did this to the game, and hopefully they can get that support back. I'll actually feel better about purchasing it if they do. And the crazy thing is, even if it's somewhat like Brawl, without the tripping, I'll feel better if the online is exact, if it's made, if they patch it, support it, matchmaking, tournaments, putting the names on your little friends thing so you don't have to do no fucking codes. Hey, make that happen, and I'm all for it. Amen. Because I feel that even if you don't like certain parts of the game, you can still play it competitively. You can still practice on your own. You can still care and see how I stack up against these people. Mm-hmm. You know what I feel like playing online? Let me go kick some of these people's asses. Right. It's not about, I'm going to play against the best in the world and get my ass kicked all the time. No, you can go online and kick all these other people's asses. Even if you're not the best in the world, you can still go online and kick some damn ass, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I want to feel that with Smash Bros. Because Smash Bros. Is a game that I would literally play for hours on end if I could kick ass, if it played right. Amen. If the online just fucking worked. I would care at least that much about doing it. But you know who Craig and I are playing against? We're fucking playing against people, I swear to you, are near the top 10 in the world of this game. Their little brother might be considered the best Rob in Florida. He's that good. Who the fuck wants to play with this kid? That's not fun.
Amen.
I don't got time for that. Let me play against someone I can kick someone's ass against.
I legit told Adam and Jason, like, yo, when the new Smash Bros. Comes out, you know you're training, right?
Exactly. Because that's the only way you can play with them, is if you train as hard as they do, which means quitting your job, stop going to school. That's pretty much it. Your guys just be like, turning that, 2 weeks notice and be like, Jesus, gotta take care of it. Turning that Rocky 4 montage and call it a day. But that's the way I feel about it. And, I just hope that they do something like that. The game, even if it's crappy, even if it's not what we expected, at least support the game after its release. I just cannot take that with this company.
All right, but with that, I think we've dwelled on we're passionate about Super Smash Bros. I was actually thinking about saving it until later in the podcast, but it segued so nicely.
It did.
So yeah, with that, those are our thoughts on Super Smash Bros. So next, I want to go ahead and touch on Mario Kart 8, which. Like Super Mario 3D Land, to me, there's really nothing, not too much to say about this game.
This was a safe one.
If you played Mario Kart before, it's basically the same thing, except now there'll be certain ramps that you can go off of. They're like little green ramps in like each of the level that allow you to ride up walls and on the ceiling and shit.
Like do like Matrix shit?
Yeah, basically it's the anti-grab is what they call it. Yeah. So it could be cool. It'll bring some unique track designs, which is always good, but to me where that game is faulting is where Mario Kart has always suffered is I want there to be a difference. Like there's always like, oh yeah, Toad's the light character, Bowser's the heavy character. No, I want more of a difference between each character. And then they have the nerve to go ahead and add, which will be in Mario Kart 8, they have the nerve to add motorcycles and karts and all this other crap. and like you have like different wheels and like add like a hang glider. And I want there to be a reason why I do or do not want to put these things on my car.
Sure.
To me, that's always been my biggest deal with Mario Kart. When you play Mario Kart for the Wii, it's literally just put your hang glider on the car, get this, and play the game. It's literally you do not have to do anything else, and then you'll be in the best spot. Like to me, I want them to think about like, yeah, you have the hang glider. That's a cool little addition. You can glide and go really far. But maybe if I didn't want to use the hang glider, maybe I can then access a different route that allows me to pass this dude that's on the hang glider. Because to me, if you're using the if one person's using the hang glider, the other person's not, the person who's not using the hang glider is losing the fucking race. That's just all it came down to. So it's like maybe if I'm not using the hang glider, I have more access to like different shortcuts in the tracks that allows me to like circumvent that. But at the same time, make it a little bit difficult. So like
that makes sense. Now that you say that, it makes it sound much more dynamic. It makes it sound like it actually changes a lot of things.
To me, that's what I want it to be, though. I want it to be a little bit more dynamic. I want it to be a little bit more open-ended to the point where you can see like, oh man, this guy's using this, this, and this. Well, I'm gonna try using this cart here against him and this on this track and see how that works.
The only thing I don't really like with that is everything's not really uniform when it comes to competitive play against other people. It's like I like, and plus, when it comes to items, how does that work? Like, if you got an item and somebody's in the air and you're on the ground, I mean, I don't know if that's really fair to have somebody like completely.
Well, the hang glider doesn't keep you in the air forever. You kind of just like sort of glide, and eventually you'll hit the floor again, leaving you open for whatever. Right. But like, I don't know. It's just to me, like, I feel like even with competitive play, it can really open up. Like, say like, oh man, this guy's really known for using the hang glider. This guy's really known for using like this type of cart, you know? It's like, oh man, he's the best like Luigi glider this car player in the fucking world. You know? So it's like, I don't know, like to me, like maybe I'm getting too crazy with Mario Kart, maybe like I'm missing the entire point of Mario Kart. But to me, I feel like there's a lot of cool things that could be had if you allow this thing to happen. And you can still play it casually. You can still like pick whatever the hell you want and still race the races just fine in that sense. I don't know, it's like I wish that you're adding all these features. You're adding the ability to change your cart, you're adding the ability to ride a motorcycle instead, you're adding the ability to add a hang glider.
In their respect,
make a reason for it.
In their respect, they had a motorcycle in the Wii one.
Exactly.
So I felt when I saw that, I was like, I mean, it's sort of the same thing. You know?
It is to me. It
the fact?
It felt exactly the same. Like to me, like if you're gonna add all these things into the game, make it matter.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I'm asking.
I mean, at least bullshit it, guys.
Exactly.
I mean, at least lie. I mean, that sounds crazy, but damn, don't just be like, here it is. There's a motorcycle in the game,
right?
And there's carts in the game. Pots and pans robot. Like what the fuck? Like, come on, guys, don't lie to me like that.
I feel
but
I
like where it's going in terms of the frame rate of them trying to make it like 60.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be that, but I still I know it's going to be great online because the Wii one was really great online.
Yeah, the Wii one was really good online.
I want it to kind of
few Wii games that actually did play good online.
I really want them to continue that same networking understanding and say, how can we make what we did on the online to that better? Because what I feel Nintendo as a company is essentially lacking, like what I stated before, is a sense of how long people are playing the game and where they're playing the game. People want the community there. They want people to play with, and this is not like N64 days where everyone was all huddled up in the same room giving a fuck. Mm-hmm. People are playing online. So how do you replicate that back in the day, you, me, Jason, Adam, all playing Conquer or GoldenEye? How do you replicate such a thing online? And I think Nintendo needs to like really sit back and really rework themselves as a company to say, how do we try to mimic that thing? So I personally think if you had this Wii gamepad and they could have put, let's say, speakers inside of it, like a mic, something to let all the people who are connected in this little thing all hear each other, talk smack to each other. Or have your little friends list that should be on the Wii U. Have your little friends list to be able to see all your friends on it. So when you are playing and you guys are in the same room, you're all voicing with each other playing online. This is something that needs to be implemented in the game. I mean, yeah, we know we can't recreate those type of experiences. But I mean, damn, at least let them have a chance to. At least put the option there to allow the people who are playing it to at least try to experience it. I just don't like that they kind of just are stuck in their own little rut of we're just going to keep doing the same thing. They need either a new president or they need someone new there that knows these things, that's young enough to say, look, you guys can't keep doing this. Right. Because this is not something where it's like, oh, they're just keeping it good for the older. No, you're hurting the people that like this. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to say, we need to be able to compete with Microsoft, but we don't need to go all, fancy or hardcore. What we really need to do is focus on what makes these games great, and we need to at least meet Sony and Microsoft and where their ground is on these same networking features. Nobody's saying you need to have achievement points and you need to sit there and make it the most hardcore. No one's saying you need to do that. But fuck me, at least say, we'll meet you at leaderboards. I don't want them to be like what Call of Duty is, but I still want the bare minimum of what a Call of Duty gets every year, i.e. give it the multiplayer, give it the DLC. I want people to be as excited as the DLC for a Mario game as they are about the Call of Duty game. Mm-hmm. But us as old school Nintendo fans don't get that, oh yeah, our game's getting this next month feeling. I get that feeling from Battlefield. I get that feeling from Elder Scrolls. But I should be getting that feeling from Smash Bros. And I should be getting that feeling from Mario Kart. Because we played those games before. Yeah. So would you think that we would not get that same feeling, but that excitement of, oh my god, I can't believe that new map is coming out for Smash with new you're gonna get that stage. You're gonna get that somewhat excited, even if it's not the fanciest character. Oh man, Cloud's gonna be on the game. Oh man, Shoulder Man's not gonna be on the game.
Got in trouble.
Spoiler. It's like,
oh no.
If these were things that we would get excited about it. You would care. You'd be like, oh my god, I can't believe this update thing is coming out for this game. Okay, we talked about this earlier. Like, if they redid Star Fox 64 and they gave us a sequel to Star Fox 64, we would legitimately be really happy if they're like, oh yeah, DLC's coming up in the stages. This time a reworked Venom. Or this time you play as Peppy doing this solo mission, going and doing other stuff, trying to avenge his father. No, but I like the idea of give us the DLC, because I feel all the other companies that are able to sit there and say, here's a little more information about your game. Here's a little more snippet to give you just to keep you there as fans. Right. We don't get that. And I feel that they go and they release their game and they turn their backs and they're done and they wash their hands of it. And it's like, people will pay money for this shit. EA made $150 million off of DLC. Why would Nintendo not make more, considering they're going to be releasing this shit longer? This is just in between Battlefield 3 and 4. So if you consider Battlefield 3 came out, 2011? Mm-hmm. And you consider 2013 they're releasing another one. Between this time period, they made $150 million in DLC. So how could Nintendo make any less on the Smash Bros. A game that just sold 8 million? And clearly would have continued to release DLC. That people would have bought. I mean, had the system not been hacked, I still believe people would have bought this content. Mm-hmm. Levels, stages, characters, all this shit. They would have bought it. And I feel that by not doing such a thing, you alienated a large, segment of crowd. This is not even just a fanboy of, saying this. This is a straight businessman saying this. There's money to be had. I will give you money to do this. Take my money, but you won't. Right. So it's like,
the option to pay you.
Part of me doesn't really like that. So it's crazy. But the best thing that I really, really am looking forward to Mario Kart, truthfully, is if they just get their act together with the networking. Mm-hmm. If they step it up in networking, I'm gonna be blown away. Frame rate, you get the frame rate right, you get the networking right. That's a game that you and I are going to buy when the Wii U comes out. It's one of these games where it's a solid release. And I told Craig this before. As much as we rag on a lot of Nintendo things, when their system was released, we're going to probably get Smash Bros. We're very much going to get Mario Kart. We're going to get a bunch of other stuff. So it's like these are games that are guaranteed release games. Right. Just like this next game. This next game is a game that we very much, even though me and Craig got differences on our we very much are probably going to be purchasing this game. So
I'm definitely going to purchase it.
Get away, kid.
That game would be probably still, even with the new one that came out on the Wii, still my favorite franchise that Nintendo's got to offer, and that is the Donkey Kong Country series. And their new title, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Yeah. Now, unlike some people in this room, I thoroughly enjoyed Donkey Kong Country Returns. I thought it was a very good game.
Sounds like a 7-Eleven jerk.
I thought it was a very good game. I mean, granted, some of the waggle controls could have been done differently. It could have been done a lot better. Like assign the roll to a button, please. And that game would have been fantastic to me.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I think
there's certain design choices in Donkey Kong Country Returns that I didn't agree with, but it didn't detract from the overall experience to me.
I like that they're making another one and kind of going out, but I actually wanted Retro to come out and give us a Metroid Prime game because I'm like, hold the phone, wait a minute. Wasn't this Nintendo's supposed to be coming out birthday party, like they're coming out of the closet hardcore style? I guess this is what I thought. So I don't know if I'm under the wrong expression or not, but I thought that that's what was going on. So my assumption was, yay, we're going to be getting a Metroid game. And the reason why I felt this more so was because, they had another team make the Donkey Kong game for 3DS. So I was like, yep, Retro's working on that Metroid game. That's like, this team's working on that Donkey Kong. Fuck! And they're making it. God damn it. So Retro is making this game. So it's like, no one's making Metroid. I mean, hopefully Retro make Metroid. But I'm a bit surprised. Like, this game, out of all games, actually did take me by big surprise. I really thought it was gonna be a Metroid game, simply because I assumed that they'll release a Donkey Kong game. So I got Donkey Kong out of the way, guys. Call it a day. Now we're gonna go release a Metroid. Like, there's a checklist at Nintendo. I was like, Donkey Kong game, Luigi's mentioned. Don't need to do that for the next 20 years. There you go. Your boy done with that, bruh. Pikmin's not. That game's not. See y'all next gen. That's what I thought was gonna happen. All of a sudden, bam, surprise. There's a fucking another Donkey Kong game, so they're giving a fuck about Donkey Kong. And to in Craig's defense, I mean, in my defense, I don't like how they did the other Donkey Kong because I don't like how it feels in terms of you moving. It feels like Donkey Kong has to kind of move until he speeds up, and it literally feels like he's walking like a loading pants or some shit. I don't like how you have that weird speed up thing with him, but I do like a lot the rail car segments. Where even though I didn't play a lot of the rail car segments, I watched Adam play the rail car segments. Man, that shit was fucking epic. It might be the craziest rail car segment of any Donkey Kong game by far. There's no Donkey Kong Country game that ever has a rail car moment as epic as this damn game. There's fucking lava going. This shit's this is crazy. It's just you guys YouTube this shit. I'll fucking put out a link on one of the crazier ones. But this shit's wild as fuck. But I do like those. I like those segments. I also like that I haven't seen if it was confirmed or not. Maybe you can tell me if it was confirmed in the trailer. If it's doing the same controller scheme, because I actually want it to run on the gamepad. I want it traditional. Let me run on the gamepad.
I agree. If they do that, to me, if Donkey Kong Country Returns was just like that, it would have been. Yes, it would be like me in the old days.
Exactly. And what's so great about this, and that's something that's as strange as it sounds, that completely escaped me about this new generation with Nintendo, with the Wii U, is that we're going to be playing a lot of these games for the first time since the GameCube on an actual controller.
Yes.
And which is I completely escaped me. So it's now... I mean, they haven't really talked about how much of these games are going to use the actual Pro Controller, but clearly, I'm assuming Smash Bros will be using that Pro Controller.
Sure.
So I'm definitely psyched to see what Nintendo confirms to be using the Pro Controller, and what they don't confirm to be using it, because this is a game I want to play on that Pro Controller, i.e. the 360 looking controller. So I want to play Donkey Kong on that, because my biggest defense was I didn't like the whole wiggle this to shake, this and to move, and then I didn't like how the little joystick thing was on the other side. I hated it. I felt detached from a lot of the move stuff. Even though Adam picked it up and played it like a pro, I didn't like the disconnect. So I like that.
I like having to me. I'm a fan of the nunchuck controller. I am. For some reason, I just get with a controller, I have to be sitting a particular way. Controller has to be in front of me. Nunchuck, man, I can have one leg over my shoulder, freaking arm scratching my back, and I'm still freaking playing this game, man. I don't know, I found it was very comfortable for me because I can play it I have so many different ways I can play this game.
I like that. at least with the actual nunchuck itself, that you could be, up, down, sideways, kind of lets you be that uniform.
Yeah,
but at the same time, with a controller, even though you're not going to really be pointing it anywhere else, I do like with a controller that you don't need to be angled or anywhere towards the actual, your dash thingy majigger for the Wii.
I agree. Like I said, I couldn't sit anywhere I want, but then I have to kind of reorient myself because sometimes I have to shake the thing.
But I'm hoping that they don't really go that whole route because I personally didn't like it. But I really want to see how it feels
like
in terms of the
Waggle, as much as we hate it, like it's fine,
to an
but
extent.
it needs to be only implemented in certain games.
When necessary.
There are certain games that you do not have to force this into certain games, like Super Mario Galaxy. You didn't need Waggle.
That was just bullshit. They did not fucking need that thing to look for no stars. Oh my god, that makes me pissed off.
that was bullshit. Like I said, Donkey Kong Country did not need Waggle. So like to me, it's just like there's certain things that just don't need Waggle.
Mm-hmm.
But
what was new with this? Oh, sorry, before I go. What was new with this? With the trailer show?
Yeah,
because I only seen
exactly what I was
going
going to actually get into.
Go ahead.
Basically, it plays and it looks very similar to Donkey Kong Country Returns. The whole art style, art directions look exactly the same. Looks like this time Donkey Kong's being invaded by Vikings.
Oh god! You mean King K. Rool?
No.
I'm sorry. I think Rare.
Rare actually owns the rights to King K. Rool and the Kremlins, which is why you don't see any.
Oh wow! I actually didn't even know.
Yeah, which is why you don't see like any of the little alligator guys and little lizard dudes.
What's so weird about that is like, how the fuck did this like happen?
Right?
Actually, I
want Donkey Kong, Diddy, and Cranky. You can do everything else.
Yes. He's like. Taking it right now. I think it was because Donkey Kong itself is a Nintendo IP. Because his character is the IP. Everything that surrounded that world in terms of it being in a country,
it's almost like
pirates and ships. It seems like
it's almost like Square. How Square owns Geno and Mallow from Super Mario RPG.
Yes,
and,
exactly. But they don't own the Mario thing. So I kind of see how that could work now that you actually mentioned that. It's actually a good point.
But besides the whole Viking setting and how the Vikings are invading DK Island, you have Dixie as a new playable character. So if you play Donkey Kong Country Returns, Donkey, of course, he's still a strong character. Diddy had the ability where he got out his jetpack and he can hover. So as soon as I saw Dixie, I was like, oh man, what are they going to have Dixie do? Because that's literally what Dixie did in the older games. Now it looks like what Dixie can do. She almost in a sense like gives you like a high jump is what it looks like. So Dixie gets on your back, you go, and she lifts you up to places that you couldn't reach with just Donkey or Diddy alone. So I mean, to me what it looks like is there's going to be like a lot of replayability. But it also seems like, to me, because now you can actually choose. You can choose between having Donkey and Diddy, Diddy and Dixie, or Donkey and Dixie. But to me, it just seems like you kind of don't need Donkey at all. Like when you have Diddy who can hover and Dixie who can like lift you places where you can be.
They're probably gonna need him to take care of small shit. They're like, here's this block of ice and he's that punched or something. Or here's this boulder, Resident Evil 5.
Welcome back, episode 8 of our Wii, or I guess our Nintendo Direct podcast,
yes.
E3
Day
shebang.
2 extravaganza, Nintendo Direct. We're giving a fuck. Since they weren't at E3, there's still like E3 news because of when it was there. So I mean, it's still E3 news.
You can basically call it that our Nintendo Direct or conference because basically everything that was there was playable at E3. So.
Yeah, that is true. So. Moving on, continuing from our last segment where we're talking about some interesting Nintendo games coming out. One of the most interesting Wii U games, it's probably the most solid Wii U game to be frank. Pikmin 3 was there, playable, high res, sexy, 1080p HD, and a lot of new features. One of the new features they have is now a local split screen, so you can go and have fun and battle out your little Pikmins. And you want to explain how the little multiplayer thing works?
Yeah, sure. So basically, the mode that they typically were showing off was called Bingo Battle, I think it was called.
There you go. I remember that.
Basically, how that works is each player is going to have a bingo board-esque thing filled with either like a specific type of fruit or like an enemy type or something to that effect.
Basically, like both screens will look like Bejeweled on the bottom corner.
Basically. So the point of the game is that you want to collect the particular fruit or enemy that matches on your little board and collect, 4 in a row, either up to down, left to right, or diagonal, and the first to do that wins. Now, from what we saw, it looks like you can mess with your opponent a little bit. You can throw Pikmin at them that they're going to have to like shake off, or you can even, to a certain extent, steal some of their fruit or some of their enemies to score yourself. Now, it's going to be the same Pikmin effect. You have to wait for your Pikmin to kind of trek along and make it there. So it's just a tiny little glimpse of the sort of competitive multiplayer that Pikmin's going to offer. Whether or not they're going to have more modes is still up in the air.
Yeah, and also, Craig and I are not even really aware if this is just, left to local. Like, I mean, I would think that they would go on, deep about their networking capabilities. Ever since this whole deal with Nintendo with EA kind of like sunk, they like not really talking about nothing with online, and that kind of worries me. And I hope that they didn't give up on this whole front with online because of a bad experience or business venture with EA. Yeah. I mean, you made a deal with Electronic Arts as like the publisher devil. And it's weird too because it's like I like EA games. There's a lot of good EA games, but it's like when you have like BioWare and DICE and all those good teams, like now EA is regarded as the fucking devil when it comes to the fucking publishing. So it's like they just bad luck just surrounds these motherfuckers. So bam, one deal with EA, and then Nintendo's just like, we don't want to get anywhere near that online shit. You even talk to them about online, they'll start to tremble one minute they're happy. Nintendo Direct. I'd like to tell you about the Wii. I mean, what about the online portion that they're gonna do? Stay away from me! They start like running. That's how I feel they act now. So
it's like I feel like once Nintendo was like, oh man, we're gonna try this whole thing with EA. That shit fell through. Like, you know what? I knew we should have kept our ass in jail. We need to keep our asses here. Never again. We're gonna focus on third party. None of that shit. We are in house.
Yes, one of them should have been like, should have never listened to this niggas out here. Never fucking came out here, coming out here to the Western shit. Niggas want to talk about multiplayer. I don't got time for that shit. How come you don't care about none of that shit? Wasting that fucking plane right over here. Hungry as fuck. All the shrimp might have been ate. I ain't got time for this shit. Should never fucking come on. We'll go back to that soccer. I don't got time for this shit. That's what I feel happened. And now, like every single time, like they're talking and somebody sidelines them with it, like, fuck, not this guy again. So it's like,
that's why they make the E3 again. They didn't want to show their face.
Exactly.
They were scared.
They knew some motherfucker was gonna say some shit. So like, I see it's doing local multiplayer. What about an online portion? I fucking knew I should have never called him this thing up there. Fuck. Next question. The question he asked, I want to know it. Like, is there multiplayer in the game or what's good? Oh my fucking god. It's over. It's over. Alright, fuck it. We're doing Nintendo Direct. She never fucking came out here. So it's everyone's time. So I feel this is what's going on there. But I mean, hopefully there is an online version. We're just ragging on it, but hopefully there is an online version for real.
They did stress at E3 that what they were showing was the local online portion. Whether or not there will be an online version is still, like we said, it's still up in the air.
And what's crazy? I was discussing this with Craig earlier. Is like this is like the complete opposite everywhere else. Like every game that comes out now, there's some online portion to it. Now it's like with Nintendo, like the majority of their games have that local play because it's like because of their heritage with multiplayer gaming inside of a room with another person, like you expect there to be local. I don't know if we may never see a Nintendo game, honest to God, that just releases 100% online. Because it's like their entire like company and foundation of this like whole we're all playing in the same room thing is such a big deal that like they don't even want to venture out even into online as deep as they already are. They don't want to go any deeper. And it's strange because it doesn't mean you're getting rid of local. You can still have local and still have multiplayer online. But they seem to be like maybe they're like don't want to do that. I mean, we know Smash Bros is like has to be online. It can't not be online. Every game that was online will be online. So once you open the floodgates and Mario Kart Smash Bros online, okay, But Pikmin's one of these things where it's like I don't know if they want to put that game online, considering like it's a series it's new. It's not new. It's a series that it's not what Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. It's Smash Bros. Mario Kart by like definition. Fighting game, racing game. It is competition by that pure understanding.
Right.
But Pikmin is like not. And so I think
it's very much just a puzzle game.
Yeah, so I kind of think that it's such a weird thing that they do local that maybe they don't think it's big enough to even put in multiplayer.
To me, even having that competitive multiplayer at all in the game is kind of strange to me.
Yeah, so
it's
I
like the way they added.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like the whole trend of last generation, how like every game needed to have a multiplayer. How like I just recently played God of War Ascension and how that had a multiplayer, which was to me was just kind of weird. How freaking the Uncharted games got their multiplayer, which was done fairly well. I'm not gonna lie, the Uncharted multiplayer was okay, but still the fact that it even had it to begin with was just weird.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
And then Dead Space again, another game that felt like they needed a multiplayer. It was just like every single game that came out, like everyone needed a multiplayer, which has always been strange to me.
Even like with Uncharted, so you said Uncharted.
Yeah.
I feel like you just kind of, as us gamers fans, we just kind of tend to ignore it and just be like, fuck it, we're not playing anything again. Mm-hmm. That's how it feels sometimes. You just get that feeling of, you know what, like, we don't really care.
Granted, I couldn't play it because I actually borrowed it from a friend and it's the whole online pass thing. Mm-hmm. Granted, I couldn't play it, but like even if I did, I had the opportunity to, I wouldn't. It's not something I'm actually interested in.
So, I considering like our level of interest with it, I can understand why they didn't throw any team to go and make a whole networking thing for a feature that feels like it may not even 100% belong in the game. But what I want to see more of, which I didn't really get to see, was single player stuff. That's like the meat of it. I want to see what's going on, who is it. I mean, during the multiplayer thing, I mean, you and I saw some like weird looking characters, like some weird bug eyed looking motherfucker, and the cool dude with like the little like, mustache dude. That guy was fucking cool.
And then pink haired Tina Fey.
Pretty much, those Tina Fey was in the game apparently. I like all them, but it's like when you see all of them, they have such character to them just by how they're designed that you're like, damn, wonder who that is in the story.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's like? What are they doing with that? And I personally don't like that none of them have voice acting, and Nintendo just does not care to ever do that. So it's like you want to hear this story fully fleshed out and kind of told to you, and you want to be like, okay, they go on this planet, and now you hear about Olimar's little like creep, like his people and his where his world's from. But it's like, I mean, it's like everyone from his fucking planet all getting stuck on the same planet. Like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. So I don't really like that portion of it, but I wish there was some sort of mythos to it. Like, make it where their creatures just happen to be like the worst navigators in the universe, and they just always happen to fucking fall on some like garbage ass planet. But I don't want it to be like, our same species fell on the same planet again. Like, oh, come on. Like, I mean, I don't like it because it's almost as if they don't want to work with that. They always want to continue to do the same thing with familiarity. It's like, go deeper into those waters. Mm-hmm. To feel safe that people like the IP. Showing that little weird like creature, that little red bug-eyed creature, I mean, that doesn't make me want to give a fuck. I like that it's Pikmin. I like that it's that little RTS feeling. I don't care that it has to be the bug. I don't care that it has to be even Earth or something even familiar.
Right.
You put it on a planet that sort of resembles Mars. Something really weird. Have them really alien-looking creatures. Make it something really, 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 really crazy and different. So that way you feel like they really did land on this world you've never seen before.
Yeah,
as opposed to this weird, like, alternate Earth where there's certain stuff that are very similar to Earth that aren't.
Like, bam. Granted, I like writing stories, but listen. I just got a Pikmin story right now. Listen.
He's making it happen.
Olimar just came back.
He's making it happen, yo.
Olimar, he had his little adventures on that planet before. Olimar gets home. He gets back and he tells his people, oh man, I just got to this planet, little Pikmin dudes, inhabited everywhere. Planet's fertile as fuck. All this crazy stuff happening. Government gets involved, like, we can do things to this planet. Olimar's like, nah man, we shouldn't do that shit. Leave this planet be. It's fine just the way it is. Nah, they trying to bring industry to that bitch. They're trying to do all this shit. They're trying to terraform it, make it livable for like the actual people. Olimar and his friends come back now. Olimar gets back with his homeboys, comes back to the planet and has to save them because his own friends are trying to colonize the place.
That's that story right there, son. 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 This is why you're here, Craig. This is why you're here. That's that story right there, son.
I don't even need that story, Nintendo. You can have that shit.
Just fucking and that is at least 213% better than what Pikmin's story. At least. All right.
Like, it's easy, man.
What's so great about that is, I mean, you flush that out, add a little more characters. That is an awesome story. And especially
that's what I'm saying. Especially you want to introduce new characters. Bam, Olimar went home. He went back with all his friends. Oh, new characters. Bring them along. Want to help him out.
If you have it where like Olimar is not only fighting the creatures, but he's fighting his own people. Where it's like now you have to like send like Pikmin, the newly found Pikmin that you got to destroy some of like the vehicles and all the different things, trying to build stuff there. You might be able to stop bulldozers and stop a whole bunch of other shit. That makes a very interesting story. It makes it very recycly, earth, green, friendly, organic.
Which is what people kind of like.
It is. Exactly, because I feel like how Pikmin is presented is very nature-esque type of vibe that they go for. So this would really go towards that whole Lorax save the trees shit. So I actually like that as an idea, as a story for a game like Pikmin. Is great because the story doesn't even need to tell itself. Olimar may never even say a single word, but you feel that that's something that's heavily implied. That Olimar's people came to the planet after they found out he got there.
You can show all like the nastiness just through like the different color. Like Pikmin's always been a very bright game, a very colorful game. So
dark, evil, baby.
Exactly. You go to certain places that like the company's trying to like terraform, like make into like industrial shit. Start using like lots of dull gray tones and nasty browns and
it's
blacks
like
and dark blue.
Kills
like
just
really, really gross. And then, damn, it writes itself. You don't need it to speak.
It does. And what's so crazy is like this is something where it's a story that doesn't really need. It could be told through visuals. Mm-hmm. Doesn't need to really be long. Doesn't need to be much thing said.
A gas from Olimar here and there.
Exactly.
A maniacal laugh from whoever evil dude you
want
to have.
And the thing I don't like is Nintendo doesn't have voice acting in a lot of its majority of its games. But what I don't really like is like it's not like they play it like almost like an Ico. And Ico is very, very limited in terms of how many people speak in that game. Mm-hmm. There's a very small like number of speakers. There's probably like literally probably a page of speaking lines that whole fucking game.
Sure.
But I like that the game tells its story through animation and through how the characters act and react to each other. Mm-hmm. If you're not gonna do voice acting, fuck me. At least let them interpret what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So what's crazy about this is that if that would be a real game, that would be a fantastic game simply because the narrative is telling itself. You're watching these things unfold versus here's a wall of text or even somebody saying it to you. I'd actually rather have neither if you could tell me a story interpreted that way properly. Right. I would actually rather have neither. Simply because I don't want to have crappy voice acting, but I want to give me a wall of text. Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of fun to watch the story unfold.
I can find an incredible story, like you said, even with like the page of dialogue. It's still a very good story. You still had a very really deep emotional connection between the horn child and the girl.
Yeah.
Whatever their official names are.
Yeah, I don't know.
The thing is, it doesn't even matter what their official names
pretty
are.
Much. I just like that the whole understanding that like here's a boy, all right, with a stick and horns, and here's this girl that is blind
they want to get the fuck out of there.
Pretty much, and they both need each other. Like the girl needs the boy because she can't see, and he needs her because she opens doors. So it's like essentially this relationship that started out of It's essentially started out of necessity.
Beautiful game.
Nothing about that. We'll talk about that game for another time. That is an amazing game.
That is the whole Ico and Shadow Colossus like a podcast in itself.
Pretty much. For another day. So that's never gonna happen.
But yeah, with Pikmin, another thing I want to highlight what they're doing with Pikmin 3 is it seems even in the single player they're gonna have be able to switch between characters.
Yeah.
It looks like. So that's a thing. It's gonna open up a whole bunch of different gameplay opportunities. It looks like you can actually throw your companions too. So like, say you need to get up a cliff or something, you can throw all your Pikmin up there, and you can throw your friends up there, and now they can go and they can walk around and do whatever the hell they want.
It sounds like things are gonna get really complex with it. Like especially if you consider that one guy. I hope they don't make one guy only control one type of Pikmin. I hope they're not stupid like that because that's actually the same thing. So I hope that if anything, one guy has an ability that might work well with certain Pikmin. Like let's say one guy, when he has one Pikmin die, like let's say another one multiplies. Yeah, I know it sounds really broken, but let's say in a situation where a lot of Pikmin dying and multiplying was a good thing, then like you would use him and say, okay, attach him with red Pikmin.
Right.
And
Right.
let's say a person like who had like Pikmin in a certain situation, the Pikmin would increase or do something
Yeah.
different.
Or even like something simple, like maybe one guy can like throw a Pikmin farther.
Yeah, that actually really is true.
You know, like you said, but maybe one guy is really good at using Pikmin in combat.
That
type
actually
deal,
makes
you know?
sense. Like, I would like that. That would actually really be awesome. So I hope they kind of euthanize it that way to make it kind of
Yeah,
something
that way,
can be
even
used.
if you want to throw some people up a cliff, you have to choose. Okay, which ones do I actually want to go up this cliff? You know, it's like at least, at the very least.
Yes, you gotta look around like, all right, which one of you motherfuckers going up this I do like the idea of it being used that way. I'm just hoping that they're there not just to be there.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Nintendo, they don't really do that a lot. A lot of times they really have legitimate reasons for why certain things.
No,
are
yeah, I mean, I'm not doubting their abilities to make good game design.
Sure. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's like a solid like Wii U
for
title
sure.
to
Yeah.
buy.
Pikmin's
I
always
mean,
been a solid title.
definitely not buying it this year. I'm not buying the system period this year. I'm
2014 for sure.
Pretty much. Like the one of the only games that I think me and Craig like pretty much 100% agree on that we're getting a system for this game is our next game we're going to discuss.
Oh, hell yeah.
Molymutes X. This is the game
Yes.
that is going. This
Yeah.
game right here is the reason to own this platform.
Like to me, this is the most ambitious title the Wii U, Nintendo. I've seen that at Nintendo.
Yes, I agree.
In a
I 100%
very
agree.
long time.
I 100% agree. There is no hype behind that. That is 100% legitimate excitement and legitimate. Yes, there is a big reason that many people should care about this game. Simply because it has been a long time since Nintendo has backed a really good IP by studio they own.
Mhm.
Now, the idea of every time we always brag on the GameCube and the GameCube's this and GameCube's that, hey, look, the GameCube introduced new IPs.
Yeah,
Came out
it
with
did.
Luigi's Mansion. It came out with Pikmin,
Mhm.
Animal Crossing to the west anyway. To the east, they had Animal Crossing for N64, but that was something that the west had never seen. So to us, it's a new IP.
Right.
So realistically, I mean, that's three solid brand new IPs of, let's say, three crowds of people that may have never purchased this system.
Mhm.
There are many people who might have said, I mean, not so much Luigi's Mansion, but still, like, it's still something that maybe somebody would have bought and said, hey, look, this is something that is different from everything else I've ever seen, and I want to own this system because I may have not liked what we did at N64. That's not possible, but somebody out there somewhere might have said, okay, maybe I don't care for this, I don't care for that. I bought a GameCube specifically for Animal Crossing.
Mhm.
So it's like new IPs bring people in. It makes you say, if you didn't like Zelda, Mario, and all these other games before, maybe this will make you buy it. And this is making me buy the platform. I mean, I like Smash Bros. I like Pikmin. I like all these games. Not enough to buy a system for it. In fact, I want these games more now that I know X is coming because now I'm like, I could buy and play them.
Yeah.
Versus, it's not that good. It's a great game and I'll buy it. Not for $350.
Yeah.
That's not happening. I'm not spending $350 to play one game that's a subpar game. And it's different between building a PC and buying a PlayStation 4 for many reasons. Because even if you say Sony didn't release X game this year that you cared about, Infamous, let's say for example.
Right.
Okay, you're still gonna get Watch Dogs. Still gonna get Battlefield. You're still gonna get so many great IPs that it's like you don't really 100% need to rest your laurels on. With Nintendo, you have to rest everything on them.
For sure.
You have to say, go balls deep and say, okay, this Nintendo game has to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't rest my laurels and say, okay, I'll just go play some third-party games. That's what I got a PlayStation 3 for. It plays the same damn games. So I feel with them, they needed that new IP to help me get involved to say, this is something I haven't seen before. I want to take a look. Nintendo, I'm very happy they finally bought a team last generation and said, okay, we're going to buy this team and do something with it. I'm more upset that they didn't do more of it. I'm happy that they did, but if there was truthfully, they purchased maybe 3 more studios, 2 more studios with this money they got, that would have made me, I would have already been on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
If they purchased multiple studios and released some good, solid, brand new IPs that had nothing to do with the previous IPs. We're not saying get rid of Zelda. We're not saying get rid of any of these guys. Hell, look at how Microsoft and Sony doing. Microsoft to a lesser extent, but they still do the same thing.
Right.
Microsoft, hey, yeah, Halo's gonna come. Yeah, sure, Forza's gonna come. That don't mean we can't do Geometry Wars. That doesn't mean we can't make Crackdown. that doesn't mean we can't publish Gears of War.
Right.
Same deal with Sony. Just because they have, Ratchet and Clank IP, the God of War IP, that doesn't mean Last of Us can't come out.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean Heavy Rain can't come out. So I don't like the idea of Nintendo feeling like, oh, well, they released these new IPs. Oh, what about Mario? What about Nintendo? Like, you're getting the money anyway.
Exactly.
And the people who didn't like Mario weren't going to fucking buy it to begin with. Now you're getting their attention. Now you're saying, here's this crazy-ass fucking open world, huge as fuck mech game where you're running around with a fat sword, guns, beating the shit out of dinosaurs, Japanese-ass sword, looking like some anime-ass shit just came out of here. That's awesome to me. It literally feels like it's a action Xenosaga RPG with the ads that were in the Xenosaga series,
right,
but added with all the other Xenogears mythos that's there. It really looks awesome. So it's like, in the new trailer that they showed, kind of shows all how big it is, shows all the mechy things going on, and you just get all like RPG and Japanese. I really love it. So Craig, I'd like to know what you feel about this game.
I mean, I'm right there with you, dude. I mean, like I said just at the beginning, this is probably the most ambitious I have seen Nintendo do in an extremely long time. And as a Japanese fan myself, I'm a very big fan of running around with big ass swords, jumping into big ass mechs, and flying around in an open world, like you said, taking down dinosaurs, taking down other fucking mechs. It looked like even in the trailer, like they're like going like looks like this big ass space cruisers. I was like doing types of crazy shit. Who knows what's going on with that?
I was getting hot.
It's gonna be amazing.
I was getting hot.
It is a system seller. And it's something that Nintendo desperately needed.
Very much
this
so.
generation.
These mechs were going from driving on the ground as a vehicle to a fucking mech in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, transforming from a mech to like a fucking tank.
The kid climbed inside of a fucking mech. The character climbed inside a mech and began flying. Fuck Titanfall. This game fucking awesome. And he was kicking ass.
I mean, imagine
Titanfall got shit on this game. Oh my god. So
imagine Titanfall, but as an open world action RPG
with the Japanese people who really made mechs cool.
If you actually like, I guess multiplayer games, that's all well and good. But if that's all you want out of the game, sure, go for Titanfall. Run to Titanfall. Because that's the game you want. But when you are not going to get this type of experience.
I'm sorry. The lore of mechs is nice on the Western style, but let's be real. Every fucking time you think of a mech...
Gundam Wing, mother.
Thank you. Fucking thank you. The man took the words out of my fucking mouth. Every single time you think of a mech from the West, and you think, I don't know... I'm playing Chrome Hounds on 360. Wish this was Wing Zero. Or, I don't know, playing Mecha Suck. Wish this was Gundam Wing. That's the feeling people get, alright? They can say what they want. You played Hawken, and you fucking wish you were playing Wing Zero. Don't lie to me. That's what you feel. So when you fucking go and you play Titanfall, there's some son of a bitch that's like, oh yeah, I'm jumping Titan 01. That's the attitude that you have. Don't fucking lie to me. You wish you were playing the Tall Geese, you fucking liar. Okay? Now what you need to understand is this game is it. This game is not where you can pretend that you're playing those mechs. They are. Alright? And they are the closest you're ever going to get to a quick Gundam Wing game. Alright? So you just gotta slow down. Fucking give a fuck about what X is and just soak it in and say, holy shit, I hope someone gets jealous of this. I hope this does so fucking good. Namco Bandai just sit down and say, the boys got us, but we need to make a good game. This is the best that could ever happen with this. So I'm very, very, very excited. I hope it does well. I'm buying it day one. I'm buying it with the system day one. I want them to see that their system increased in sales the day this fucking game came out. And damn well better be the fucking, this system better be $299. I'm not fucking paying $350 for this system with this game. I can't pay the equal price I'm paying for a PlayStation 4 for a fucking Wii U. I just can't do that to myself.
Yeah, so I mean, it is, but the thing is, realistically, it is a very, very good, what's the word I'm looking for? Very good...
Suzu? IP?
Very good. It's very likely. It is very likely that by next year, you're going to see a price decrease in the Wii U because,
I wouldn't expect one.
Do you want to get the most powerful system on the market for $400, or would you want to get a Wii U for $350 when you can get the most powerful system on the market for $50 more?
Very much so.
That is just
That's
simple,
all.
it's simple math. You're not going to want to do
Yes.
that. So a price drop is very imminent.
Yes, because the way stuff are being released this fall, because X is not being released this fall, so it's like the way games are being released this fall, the way everything is really happening this fall, it's just very, very hard. And we use a hard sell. I mean, it's an easier sell than an Xbox One, and that's a whole nother crazy story. Yeah. But it's an easy.
You heard it already.
You've heard that enough from us. But it's an easy pickup. You could pick it up, give a fuck, and there's some stuff out there. But against a juggernaut like a PlayStation 4, I'm sorry, that shit is just not happening. Even if X were to release at the end of this year, I'm sorry, that is just not happening. Me purchasing that with us in this fall. So the next year, it's happening. Next year when they release this game, give it a price drop, and I will give a fuck. It really is the most interested I've ever been in a Nintendo IP. And that's saying a lot right about now. Now, if they could manage to get this game out and have it do big units, I want Nintendo as their core strategy. Start buying more teams. Get people like me to own your system again. I skipped the Wii, and I don't give a fuck that I skipped this system. Make me give a fuck. Make me say, damn, I'm happy I didn't skip the Wii U. If they keep down this track of releasing new IPs, at least with buying some new teams, they could get that newer crowd in. They won't have that stagnant, oh, I'm not buying it. Oh, it's Mario, it's Zelda. I've already known what those are. You're not going to get those guys back. Yeah, there are people that don't like, so you know that you and I both know those hardcore gamers, I won't even say hardcore gamers. You and I know those Call of Duty-S gamers, like, Zelda's for kids. Mario's for kids. They don't like those games. Exactly, pretty much. You've seen the videos. You've seen the news, correct? Pretty much. Oh, we're talking the Call of Duty game. You guys are waiting in line for Call of Duty? I would like to play Call of Duty. That's pretty much like things that they're saying. This is how it is. So you're not getting those guys to buy Mario. This is not fucking happening. They won't buy Zelda. They won't buy Mario. They won't buy any of this shit. You show them a new IP, maybe they'll change their mind. But until then, you're not going to get away from the You're not getting away from that. They don't care. And Nintendo keeps trying to fight with more like it's not happening. They keep thinking yeah, they don't like Zelda, huh? Wait till this motion controls.
Wait till we make the sword one tone.
Yes. Wait till we get that 1.1. That's when things are gonna get really heated up. That's what they feel like. And they're like, oh, Mario. They're like, Mario? Wait till there's 2 planets and galaxies to fight. Stop. They don't care. They don't like it. God damn, just release a new IP and call it a day. Mm-hmm. If they do something like that, you've now reinvigorated the people who said they didn't care about it. Now have that one title okay, you know what? Maybe I might buy the system this generation. That's a big might. Mm-hmm. Because this is still a hard sell to anybody that doesn't even know what the fuck it is. But if you advertise it properly to the right crowd, this game, I am calling it right now, is going to be their next big hit, brand new IP. It's going to be their next big hit. Wow. I'm calling it right now, and that is a gamble I don't want to lose on, and I think it's going to be a good game regardless. Win or lose, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, it's just going to be a good game, but whether or not it sells, I think it's going to be, like you said, a very big deal for Nintendo, because it's going to really show where they're going as a company in the future. I mean, if this game sells well, like you said, they might acquire some new teams, maybe get some new, fresh ideas out there. Maybe someone that can actually incorporate this little gamepad properly along with their system in a cool.
Yeah, we didn't even discuss that. We have no clue how this is going to implement anything in a gameplay. No. Because we've never seen anybody playing the game. We've only seen the game in, its gameplay trailer form. We've never really seen someone playing it, so we don't really know how much of the pad's being used. What it's being used for, we don't really know. So hopefully it does something with it. It's one of those RPGs where it's one of the games where it doesn't really matter how they use the gamepad. It doesn't really seem it's the type of game that would hurt by it.
If the game, they told me right now that the game had nothing to do with the gamepad, that's freaking fantastic. It doesn't need that. But at the same time, it's if they do acquire more teams later on, I would kind of hope that they do try to incorporate this peripheral that I shoved out money for.
Very much so. As opposed to them ignoring it because they're scared of it.
But with that, I mean, final thoughts is basically X. You want to buy a Wii U?
Give a fuck about it.
You better actually take a look at X, because that's, like we said, that's probably one of the best things that's happening.
That is like the best thing no one's talking about. It really is. That's the weirdest thing about it is I would think that this was the game everybody would give a fuck about. Of all the podcasts I've been listening to and all the sites I've been reading, all the news I've been reading, this game is like the hidden gem.
You only listen to one podcast.
I did.
That is Into the Foxhole.
I did. I actually just re-listened to Into the Foxhole. In fact, realistically, I've actually heard Into the Foxhole more times than like any podcast. I've never repeated a podcast. I've repeated listening to ours because I have to edit it multiple times.
No. It's actually because he really enjoys the content in which we provide.
I love it so much that I just listened to it 3, 4, 5, 6 times, maybe 7, 8 times, 13, 1,000,000 times.
See?
Does someone believe I'm listening to us 1,000,000 times?
And you should do the same.
Very much so. Very much so.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, episode 8, Nintendo Direct. Hopefully Nintendo is doing what they should and following what we're basically saying here
Pretty
today.
much. They should. They listen to their fans, right?
Yeah.
We're the ones who's giving y'all money, bitches.
Exactly,
But,
fuckers.
yeah, that's pretty much...
Excuse me.
Yeah, man. That is pretty much all the big megaton news. Like, in terms of all... It's a wrap. There's no more big megaton news I could probably think of. It's pretty much done.
Pokemon X and Y coming out. They be fairy types and shit.